Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Tiffany and I make videos on intentional living. And today's video, we are going to continue on the course of memories. So if you saw my video where I digitized all my grandmother's photos, this kind of plays into that. For me, intentional living is more than just, exercise and cooking and things like that. There's a lot that plays into it. It's really multifaceted, and really the approach is like kind of like the whole human. So, and part of that I think is memories and our relationships with our friends and our family and our pets, and preserving those memories and being able to look back on them and share them. I'm a mom now, so being able to share some of my favorite memories with my son so he can get a little bit of insight to me and who I am and what's made me who I am today. And that's kind of one of the things that led me into making my book about my beautiful little cat, Nebula. Nebula was my husband's cat when I met him, and we quickly fell in love, and she became my little angel. And unfortunately, she has passed, and that was in October 2024. So it's been some time now, and it was really hard because she's never going to meet my son and he's never going to meet her, and she was just such a big part of my life and my heart. And I don't want to forget about her. She was more to me than just a pet. She was definitely a companion and my first baby. I have my son now, but I really loved her like a baby, and I would do anything for her, and she just had so much personality and love to her. And I want to keep her memory alive. Just because I have decades of life hopefully ahead of me and she's not here, doesn't mean I have another cat, but just move on and not think about her. And she's a big part of my heart, and I wanted to share that with my son. And I like to do arts and crafts and things like that. So to me, this is kind of like an arts and crafts project that was super meaningful to me. Now, obviously, I didn't make this book. This is by, sorry, my hair. It's windy out today, and I apologize if you hear the wind in the background. Artifacts Uprising, I think, is the name of the company that made this. I will link it below for anybody who's interested in doing the same. This was about $43. It was, I think, like 29 or something like that, or 27. And I did get like a discount. It was on sale, but unfortunately the shipping was $14, almost 50% of the cost of the book. But just because I had already designed everything to go with this one, because I had found it and decided that the 27 was the right price for me. I didn't realize the shipping would be almost $15. I just stuck with it because it's just a special project and I wanted to get it done. And so yeah, this is my book all about Nebby. For the imaging, I did use ChatGPT. I have a pro account, and I can get more into the specifics of how I made everything if this video does all right. If you guys want to comment or like, and you want to know more specifically about how I was able to do all this and the art style and everything like that, I will get into it and make a separate video. But I do need to see likes or comments to know that's what you guys are doing. I'm a new channel, so I don't have a lot of traction to really know what's working for me or what's not working for me. But just a kind of overview on how I got started is I found on Google Images a style of a cat illustration that I liked, and then I basically uploaded that into chat and uploaded a picture of my cat and said, make my cat look like that. I could have done real images, but I wanted this to be really playful for my son and be really cute, like a children's book. I really wanted it to be like a cat illustration and not photos of her. I'm gonna have a bunch of digital photo frames throughout my house, and she's gonna have her own where it cycles through photos of hers, because like any good cat mommy, I have a million photos of her. And so there'll be plenty of real photos floating around. I just wanted this to be a playful thing for him. But I thought I would show you guys all the pages, maybe briefly read it to you, and hopefully the goal of making this video is to inspire you. If you have pets that are still around or they're not around anymore, just to kind of show that we can continue to love them beyond the time that they're here with us, and honor them and bring their memories forward to our children and things like that. I know people definitely understand how important pets are, and just kind of giving yourself permission to, you don't have to let go, you can move on to other pets, but these animals will always have a special place in our heart. And hopefully this can be maybe inspiration to you for maybe, I think this would actually be really cute for grandparents, like having a little book about your grandparents, or even just the story of mommy and daddy and how they met and fell in love and now they're together and you're their son or daughter now. Could be really cute. Or I've seen some where they do books about them, so you know, my son's name is Cade, so all about Cade and things like that. Or even just writing your own book if you don't want to get sentimental about it. It was really just a fun project, almost as like an arts and crafts, where it just has meaning behind it, and it was just fun to make and an enjoyable process. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is All About Nebby by Mommy. And then you can see here a little bit of the color variation. I did try to remove the background of the AI image, but it would take out extra portions and it just got really complicated. It's very subtle, so it doesn't bother me, but you'll see that throughout the book. So if you notice that is the AI image and this is the actual color of the book. So All About Nebby by Mommy. So here they make you do this. This book belongs to Cade Burgess. And then we have In Loving Memory of Nebula Burgess. Once upon a time, Mommy and Daddy had a little fluffy cat named Nebby. Her fluff was soft, white, and gray. And then this was actually a photo of me and my husband with our son, and I asked it to swap out our son for the cat. I don't know if that's weird or not. I think it's funny. I don't know if you guys will think it's weird, but we didn't have a photo of us like kind of holding him like that. We always have a photo of us holding our son like that. So I just asked the AI to swap it out, and the AI added some striping here. She didn't really have striping, but she did have color variation in her like that, and I was trying not to be too picky. So I think that turned out nice. Nebby had pretty blue eyes that reminded Daddy of a nebula. Her eyes were large and full of love. So Nebula's name was based on Nebula because when my husband met her, she had these crazy blue eyes, and I'll maybe pop up a photo of her here, and that's what inspired her name, Nebula. And one of the things I learned in the AI is you can ask the edges to fade into nothing. So I applied that here. So that's how I got that gradient. I think this page and next page, you won't really see the gradient fading into the book on these ones because these are more simple images, but you'll see that in the coming photos. And again, this is a photo of my cat that I actually have with the blanket that I actually have. And I just asked the AI to turn it into the cartoon style that I wanted. She loved to munch on her nuggies. Her favorite treat was juicy turkey. I actually painted that bowl for her. So this is a photo we have of her. And then I used to feed her deli turkey slices, and she just loved that. Nebby would always meet Mommy and Daddy at the door. Nebby made home feel so special. There. She loved to spend her afternoons snuggled in her basket. When Nebby napped, she had the sweetest little snore. I would always put like little stuffed animals next to her in the basket. And this was one that was around Christmas time. And she really did have this like wheezing little snore when she slept. It was so funny. This one got a little close to the edge. That's okay though. Every morning, Nebby would come snuggle up to Mommy to say good morning. It would make Daddy so happy to see her snuggling Mommy. And this is a photo I have of her when she was in my face in the morning. And then this one, I think I actually kind of had to make up because I don't think I had something like that. But this is a good example of how I did the gradient. I just asked the AI to fade the photo into nothing. Or I think I asked it to fade into white actually. Mommy used to dress Nebby up for holidays. Nebby in her witch hat is Mommy's favorite picture. These, you can see they're more full images. This is an actual photo of her under the tree. And then this was actually a headband that I got at Michael's, and I took the headband off and I would just set it on her head and take pictures of her. So these are actually 2 photos I have of her. Nebby loved to be pet. Her favorite was having her fluffy belly rubbed. These are real photos. Unfortunately, I tried a bunch on this one to get this to look more like her leg and her tail, but no matter what I did, the AI would perceive it as her tail. So this is a little bit of a funky image, but I just really liked it. And when I tried to make one that didn't have a supporting image, it just didn't turn out right in the art style. But I think for this purpose, it's not like I'm selling this book or anything, it's for my son. So I still think it turned out really cute. Nebby will always be in mommy and daddy's heart, and now she'll always be in yours. And I just asked them, this is the same inspiration image, but I just asked the AI to kind of change it a little bit, and I added this heart in Canva. And then this is actually a photo of my son. I didn't obviously have a photo like this, but he was just in his car seat, and I asked it to kind of, I think I said, show my son that he loves the cat or something like that. I can go back and look at it again if you guys are interested in how I made it, but that's how it turned out. I think overall the quality is really good. It did kind of ship a little bit with some dented corners, but it's not too bad if you look from far. It's really not that bad. There was a little bit of black here, but I was able to rub a lot of it off. And overall, I just put this in the back. So all of this was designed in Canva. I think it's like, let's just call it 5.5 by 5.5. It might be 5.5 by 6 or something like that. It says on their website they have templates. But I did all of it in Canva. I did a drop shadow on all the lettering just to kind of give it a little bit more character. It really wasn't that difficult to make. It took me about a day. The hardest part about this project by far was getting all of the individual AI images to have a cohesive style to them, because sometimes it will just kind of want to go off on its own and start making adjustments to your photos. I'm sure if you've messed around with AI, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But it took me about a day to do. It was a really fun project, and I am just so excited to have my husband read this to my son and be there with them and really take it in. I miss my sweet girl so much, and I think this is a really beautiful way to honor her. But if you guys are interested in making books for your kids and preserving memories, or just a fun craft project, I think this is definitely a must-do on a crafter's checklist if you have kids or anything like that. So again, I'll link the company below if you guys want to check it out, and if you have any questions, or if you want to see another video that gets more of the specifics of how I made it in Canva and generating AI images, let me know and I would be happy to do that. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.